From Learfield on the Mustangs Sports Network, live from Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. Brought to you by BMW. Test drive one at your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers. Credit Union of Texas. Be a part of something unexpected. CUTX.org. Experience more. The Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options. Visit lyle.smu.edu. Also by Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Find your comfort zone. And by Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, voted the best grilled cheese in Texas. Here is your host, Rich Phillips.
Good evening and welcome to our last edition this season of the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I am Rich Phillips, along with the head coach of the SMU Mustangs, Tim Jankovich. Welcome, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing good, and you are the definition of diehard fans. You are the very definition, and appreciate you guys very, very much.
Last show of the season here, so we'll look ahead to the conference tournament. We'll look also ahead towards next year a little bit on the show today as well. We do have some good news, though, today as the league starts putting out their honors today, and got two players honored by the American Athletic Conference this week. Shake Milton named to the All-American Athletic Conference second team, and Ethan Shagwa making it to the All-Rookie team. And the shame of it all is that Shake Milton should be on that first team, but I think we understand. He wasn't going to make the first team, but to miss the last 9 games, I think it is, and still make it on the second team
feels like 19. Feels like, I don't know, but
shows what he did this year.
No, it is. I don't know that I've ever seen, or I'll say this: I don't ever remember a guy of his caliber getting hurt midstream in a conference season, and to see how was he voted? And of course he was preseason player of the year, which means nothing, but it shows respect. Obviously, that's, what he was hoping for. He was hoping for a lot more than he got. But I will say that is a very nice honor, I think, for a guy that hasn't played in, I think, January 30th or something was his last game. Mm-hmm. So really good honor for him. Happy for Ethan as well. Ethan, for a time, was, he was playing maybe better than anybody coming into the hit a rough patch. It was great to see him yesterday have a big game for him. So congratulations to both of them, well deserved, but it would have been certainly nice to see what Shake would have really gotten had he been able to play throughout the year. Yeah,
at the time that he suffered his injury, he was third in the league in scoring, third in the league in assists, second in the league in three-pointers made.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
and
really good.
And the other part that they don't have, there's no numbers for. You can't put it on a piece of paper, is how you make others better around you without getting an assist, okay? I mean, they give you assists, but there is a knack for just being a great basketball player and being able to kind of run a team and make the right pass, even though it doesn't have anything to do with an assist, or you don't have to shoot the ball, but you just have a feel for how to play so well. You can't measure that, and I would argue that he does it as well as anyone in our league for sure.
By the way, I didn't point this out to you yesterday, but I did point it out to Herman and Allen. You should have thanked me yesterday because I didn't ask for a health update before yesterday's game.
You forgot?
No, I didn't forget.
You just already know.
You
just knew. Like there's no more news, right? I'm gonna quit asking at some point. Yeah.
I mean,
well, thank you for not asking.
For a while, it's kind of my job to ask for those updates, yes. But we're at a point where I don't think I need to ask for this week either, do I?
No, you don't. There's nothing to talk about.
And as far as Ethan Shagwa, you mentioned he did have a really nice game yesterday. I think 15 points at South Florida, and showed again what we saw it, especially in the first 2 months of the season. Illness, the ankle, things kind of piled up on him a little bit, and I don't know, maybe the freshman wall he hit a little bit midseason too.
It's a great question on what. First of all, up until whatever point, let's say it was Wichita, East Carolina, whatever, late January, early February. He was incredible, really, for a freshman. He was doing amazing things. We all were just blown away. Then he did get the flu. He missed the Tulane game at Tulane, which really hurt us. And we think we lost the game by a possession, if I'm not mistaken. And he missed that one, and then not too long after. He's got the flu, the real flu. So that takes, a week and a half to get fully recovered, and then not too long after that, he sprains his ankle, and that sets him back. And then I think his confidence went, and maybe, like you say, some of the freshman situation. And he lost Shake as well, who's the point guard, and Shake has a knack, like I say, of making making things easier for people. So a flu, an ankle, lose your point guard, and be a freshman, and I think it, got a little rough for him, but it was great to see him bounce back. I hope he has another big game Thursday. We'll need it.
When you look down, looking at the league picture for a moment, the first team, all-conference team, I don't think we could argue with anybody on there, can we? 2 guys from Cincinnati, Gary Clark and Jacob Evans. 2 guys from Wichita State, Shaquille Morris and Landry Shamet, and then guy we saw last week, Rob Gray from Houston, your 5 guys on the first team.
Well, listen to this. So let's go back to Cincinnati, because last year we felt strongly as a staff that, and we voted for Clark and we voted for Evans for first team on their team. We felt strongly that, and they had a great team. You remember last year, went down to our game with them, 1 game, and we lost 1, they lost 2. They were a great team last year, and we respect them so much. We voted last year for Clark and Evans, and of course, neither one of them made first team, and we're like blown away. Like, is the rest of the league looking at this? They voted 2 other guys, 2 others, not others, 2 other guys on their team ahead of them. So, in a little irony here, this year, that the league got it right what we got last year. Those are the guys, and everyone, the other guys are back, but those are the guys. Those guys are amazing. How can you not? Rob Gray, I have a lot of respect for him. To be honest, last year I thought he was a guy that just shot a lot, and if you're just a guy that shoots a lot, you score a lot of points, but your team is not necessarily great for it. And I was hoping he'd be exactly like that this year. Unfortunately, he turned into a really good all-around guard. He's a great scorer, but I got to give him a lot of credit. He now makes people around him better, and that's the definition of a first-team all-league guard at our level. You better make people better around you, and he certainly did. Landry at Wichita State is an amazing guard. I hope he goes pro like some of our guys have been going pro lately, so they can get a taste of what it feels like to get a guy early. He's good enough to do that. He will be in the NBA without question. All deserving. Some great players. You go down to second team, honorable mention. There's some great players. There's a lot of guys that are going to play for money on those lists right there. Yep. This is a high-level league.
We even saw one of those freshmen yesterday, David Collins, at South Florida, matched a career high with 21 yesterday, and I thought he looked good both times that we saw South Florida this year.
Yes, he did. Unfortunately, we probably helped him make that team yesterday. Yeah, but maybe the votes were in, but no, he looked really, really good, and he hurt us more than we certainly were hoping for the game.
You were worried about what everybody else was looking at. I will tell you, Clark was unanimous this year as the first teamer. So.
Oh, good. Well, good.
And he probably should have been last year, too.
I spread the word this summer. I told all the coaches, what are you guys looking at? My gosh.
He probably should have been first team last year. By unanimous choice last year
as well. That's my point. He's a warrior.
But the Mustangs do have Shake Milton on that second team, and on the all-rookie team, Ethan Shagwa. This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich, our final show of the season ahead of the American Athletic Conference Tournament, which will start up Thursday. 11 a.m. Central Time will be our tip-off against Connecticut. We'll look ahead to that a little later in the show. But next, we got to find out which one is worse. We'll do that here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
While you're enjoying SMU basketball, More Disposal and Recycling Services is busy managing your trash. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. More Disposal offers complete waste management, from equipment purchases and installation to service and maintenance, all completed in-house. No job is too big or too small. We also offer Paper Retriever, a free paper recycling program for schools and churches. Call 214-357-HELP and let's talk trash. That's 214-357-HELP. Family owned and operated by SMU alumni, More Disposal supports SMU basketball. Pony up!
Business is a game, and if you want to win, you have to be faster, smarter, and more focused than the competition. Which is why SMU Cox offers the Fast Track 1-year MBA, designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Learn from world-class faculty, study with driven peers, and connect to a global alumni network spanning 80 countries. The Fast Track 1-year MBA, a major career highlight, only from SMU Cox. More online at coxgrad.com.
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms, the official freestanding ER of SMU, and your neighborhood no-wait ER. With 3 facilities conveniently located near you, we're able to provide the Dallas area with upscale, quality care for all your emergency needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit HighlandParkER.com for more information. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms. Pony up.
Don't miss your shot to win big. Enter the Nissan Die Hard Fan Sweepstakes to win a 2018 Rogue, custom wrapped in your team's colors. To enter, go to nissanusa.com/Die Hard Fan Sweepstakes for your shot to win today. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the SMU Mustangs. No purchase necessary. Ends 3/31/18. Open to residents of the USDC 18 and older.
If you're an SMU fan, you bring your game face to the game. But if you're an SMU super fan, your car brings its game face too. By wearing an official red and blue SMU toll tag. Because super fans know nothing says you pony up everywhere you drive like an NTTA SMU toll tag, just $19.99. To get yours, stop by SMU Parking and ID Services or any toll tag store location. The North Texas Toll Tag Authority. Get there smarter.
We are back on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I am Rich Phillips. We're here with the head coach of the SMU Mustangs. Our last show this season at Ozona Grill and Bar. I can tell you that next fall we'll be back here to do both football and basketball coaches shows. Sonny Dyke show will be starting late August, I guess it will be, before the season opener, and then we will be back in January of next year with Coach Jankovich here. One more game for the SMU Mustangs. It comes up, not just one more game, one more tournament coming up beginning Thursday. 11 a.m. Central Time will be the tip-off between SMU and Connecticut in the first round of the American Athletic Conference Tournament. Yesterday we were in Tampa, Coach. Couldn't we have just stayed out there in Florida for the rest of the week? It was pretty nice out there yesterday, you know.
It was a thought. But we have a little thing called school. Little thing called school here. So,
that's right.
Yeah, so we felt like we probably better get back. I know the coaches would like to be out there, but
yes,
not a good idea.
65-54 South Florida wins yesterday, and I teased it a moment ago. Which one's worse? And Coach approved me to tease this for him, to ask him, which was worse, 4 of 27 on threes or 2 of 12 from the free throw line?
And I'm going to get to that. Okay, I'm not avoiding the question. It'll sound like it, but I wanted to say this when we were talking about Shake and awards and all those things, and it reminded me, you know, where would Jeray Foster be on that list? You know, I watch film of our games, and our games are televised, so I end up seeing, you know, kind of what's shown on television. They always, and maybe I'm missing some, they always show Shake. I can't hardly say it. They show Shake. They never seem to show Jeray. They should show Shake. Say that 3 times, but they ought to show Jeray, and they ought to show Everett, but Jeray to me is a guy that is in the discussion for the all-league situation.
No doubt.
I mean, I don't want anybody to forget that, and it kind of bothers me when you know TV does their little deal and acts like, well, the other guys, you know, well, Everett's over here too, and that bothers me. So now on to your question. What was your question?
Which was worse, the threes or the frees?
You know, you've heard the expression, you know, you can't throw it in the ocean. We were right by the ocean, okay, and we could not. Absolutely, there was nothing that was going to go in. To be 2 for 12 from the free throw line, I don't know that I'm sure I've been in games that were like that, but I don't remember. And our 3.4 for 27 is you know, beyond comprehension. So the 2 of those, which is worse? I think they're tied for last. Honest to God, I think it's tied for last. And I can tell you as a coach, there's nothing more painful than when your team can't score and when there's just the ball will not go in. That's the ultimate frustration in a game. No matter what you do, no matter what you run, and the ball that's right there and it doesn't go in, it doesn't go in, it doesn't go in. That's tough. But why is that? Who knows? But I know a big part of it obviously is confidence. At this point, we had a rough week. We had a rough week scoring. It was hard to score. We had a hard time scoring against Houston. We had a really hard time scoring yesterday. I thought we got much better looks, 2 for 12 from the line. We got much better shots at South Florida, but either way, it was tough to get good shots against Houston. We had a hard time scoring at South Florida, had a hard time scoring. We've had a hard time scoring for a long time. I mean, come on, we've had a hard time. But I think I know confidence plays a major part, and it's not something, unfortunately, you can hand off. It's either there or it comes, it goes, and right now, obviously, we're not a very confident team.
Because it's not like this has been a long-standing trend. The team's shooting about 69%, I think, on free throws from the year before yesterday's game, and just a little under 40% from the three-point line.
Right.
So, therefore, it does smell like confidence.
No, yeah, and also a bad day. Sometimes you just have a bad day. It was bad timing to have a bad day, certainly. The first half, we controlled it, and I think we were 1 for 8 or 9 from the line at halftime or something. And, we were up 5, 7, could have been up 10, 12 easily at the half. And then the second half, we shoot it worse. We're just struggling so bad to get it in the basket. But, I do think, I think at this time of year with what they've been through, it's hard. Confidence is built on success, and we haven't had much success, so scoring is difficult. And obviously I'm hopeful that the numbers even out, and Thursday those numbers even out to get to the average numbers that you just said. If that's the case, we're in high clover.
And need a night like you did on Wednesday, because Houston was not afraid to send you guys to the free throw line on Wednesday. Good Lord, it seemed like we shot 80 free throws Wednesday.
We should have shot 80. They foul every trip. They do. They're taught to put their hands on you every trip. And I was on the official. And the theory when you play like that is the officials will just quit calling them. And it's an effective. It really bothers me, honestly, because there's been a big movement, and I'm not criticizing them. I mean, they're good for them. It's work. But we're told the last couple of years, the humongous emphasis in college basketball is freedom of movement. Get your hands off of them. You can't check a cutter. You can't have your hands on a dribbler. You can't use an arm bar outside of that little line. If you see the little line on the baseline, that's the arm bar line. If you're outside of there and somebody's backing you down, you can't put an arm bar on. There's all these freedom of movement. We want a clean game. We want a finesse game. We don't want a weight room game. And so if you're going to come tell us that for 2 years and teach us to play with our hands back and all that, then you need to call every single foul. And what happens, I think as the season goes along, the officials we'll let them play kind of mentality. We'll let them play. I mean, what are the rules and do it. So Houston does a great job, and I'm saying this complimentary. They do. They're physical every cut, they hold you. They get their hands on you, and they called a lot, but they should have. There's more. there's more, and good for them. They had a great year doing it that way, and it's been very effective.
It's interesting you said that, because we were remarking during the game at how little it seemed Kelvin Sampson was protesting foul calls.
Right, he knows.
Yeah.
No, he knows.
He's
exactly.
not over there like you and protesting every foul call.
Exactly.
But no, we did notice that but it's because he expects that, I guess.
Yeah, well, he knows what's going on out there, and he's probably happy because he knows there should be more. That's why he's just going, gosh, we're getting a good whistle right here.
28 fouls is an awful lot, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Awful lot.
For sure.
But that was a much better free throwing game, 19 out of 26, 73%. So we know it can be done.
No, that's great.
Yeah,
we're a pretty good free throw shooting team. That's why it was just so amazing, and who knows why. I will say, we've talked about this before, and it sounds like an excuse. It's not. It's something I talked about a long time ago. They use a very unusual ball. They use an Under Armour ball. It looks like an outdoor ball a little bit. Okay?
Really?
And we didn't get a shoot around. We didn't have a shoot around. We got there the night before, and the game was at 2 o'clock, and so we didn't have a shoot around. So you basically take the floor, and the ball's a little different. And we talked about this earlier in the year, like I'm sure things were going fine. There should be one basketball. Just like in football, there is one football. But, of course, money, and everybody has a side deal and all this, and so then all of a sudden you go on this court and you play with this ball, and you go over here and you play with this ball. I contend that we should use like an outdoor ball here to where people are like, when they come in here, they can't make one. We're used to it, and you're not. That just seems ridiculous. And again, that may have nothing to do with it. I'm not saying, but I'm on a different tangent right now. I'm on a tangent of forget what happened yesterday, and there should be, who agrees with me, there should be one basketball, for God's sake. Right here. We use a college basketball just like they use a college football. They don't have different seams and different feel and different. They don't. They don't have it, and we should be exactly the same. It's ridiculous.
I didn't even know that we use different balls.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that you could have whatever you want. Honestly, I could make one and we could use it in my backyard. We could have our own ball.
Get one of those. It's like the old kickball you use for dodgeball. You'll play with that?
Yeah, the red rubber one.
Yeah, that'd be tough on shooting, I think.
Absolutely.
All right, well, enough talk about last week and this season. Let's look ahead to next season and what you've got to look forward to with your team next season as we have our final show here this week, and we'll do that coming up next year on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
Mustangs basketball season has arrived. And our good friends over at the Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue have the perfect spot with the best patio in town. So head on over to Ozona and watch the madness unfold on TVs while eating some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. Again, that's Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up at ozonagrill.com. That's ozonagrill.com. Pony up, SMU.
This is a radio ad for the first ever BMW X2. We could tell you about its stunning design and M Sport X package, as radio ads typically do, but the type of person who would drive the X2 wouldn't be told what to do by a radio ad. We call them unfollowers. They influence the influencers and do more than defy rules, they change them. If that's you, test drive the BMW X2 at your local BMW center today and decide for yourself, like you always do.
Test drive at one of your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
There are Mustangs fans, and then there are Mustangs super fans who pony up with an official SMU toll tag. That's because nothing says hail to the red and blue everywhere you drive like an NTTA SMU toll tag, just $19.99. To get yours, stop by SMU Parking and ID Services or any toll tag store location. The SMU toll tag from North Texas Tollway Authority. Get there smarter.
The Bank for Texas is the Bank of Texas. You see, we're neighbors. Making decisions locally with a true understanding of our communities and a promise to be here, ready to help you achieve your long-term goals and dreams. Let's make a plan together. The Bank for Texas. The bank for you. Bank of Texas. Long live your money.
Are you really into bacon? Do you kill it with a skillet? Are you on a high carbonara diet? Is your club sandwich in a league of its own? Are you a pancetta go-getter? Are you really into bacon? If the answer's yes, then stop by Central Market's Bacon Fest, February 28th to March 13th. Celebrate bacon in all its delicious glory with over 40 types of the mighty meat. From pork to duck, hickory to applewood smoked, and more. Info at centralmarket.com. Visit our 5 DFW locations.
Out-fan. Out-chant. Outnumber. Out-cheer. Out-pregame. Out-tailgate. Out-road trip. Go all out when you go RVing. Make plans to see your team outscore, outshoot, and outplay at every game this season. Plan your epic RV road trip at GoRVing.com.
We're back here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips here at Ozona Grill and Bar. Monday nights from 7 to 8, our last show of the season. I want to let you know that it is SMU Day this Thursday at Slater's 50/50 all day long. You can show your SMU ID or Mustang Club donor card to receive a burger, fries, and a drink for only $5. They'll have basketball on their 18 big screen TVs, including our game at 11 a.m. against UConn, so why not stop by to cheer on SMU basketball. Have a great lunch at Slater's 5050, located on Lower Greenville, and that is, again, an 11 a.m. tip time for SMU at UConn on Thursday in the first round of the American Athletic Conference Tournament, and we'll have the pregame show beginning at 10:45 here on 770 KAAM. Well, already I know you've been looking ahead to next year since, last year probably, because you're a coach. That's your job.
Yes.
And we know there'll be obviously some changes to the roster for next season. Had senior night just Thursday night, Okoye Gal, Ben and Meligu going through that. So we know they're not back. You've already signed 2 guys that will be taking their spots next year, Ferron Hunt and Jamar Young, both out of DeSoto High School. Isaiah Mike is a guy who's been here all year with you, redshirting after transferring. And we don't know the status. You talked about it last week. We don't know 100% the status of Shake Milton for next year, but he may very well not be here. What is your feeling at this point, looking ahead to the 18-19 season, about the group you'll have?
Yeah, well, because of the limit, we're still on the limited scholarships, of course. Next year is our last year. And the biggest part of the frustrating part about that is you always want to have the foundation underneath, and basically this probation has made that very difficult for us. This year we had 3 returning players, for gosh sakes. I mean, I think that's a new national record. I'd be surprised if somebody could beat that. What you want over time is to have full scholarships, and you're developing your young guys, but college basketball is an old game, okay? The winners are old. Like, we've talked about this before. The top teams in our league this year, are Cincinnati with seniors, juniors, 4,000 or 5,000 point scorers. These guys are 22, 23 years old. That's who's on the court for them. Wichita has 7 seniors, and there are other young guys, if you want to call them young. Landry is a redshirt junior, so he's really a senior. And gosh, I'm blank on the other. The one who hurt us. But anyway,
32.
Yeah, and he's had
Marcus
tons
McDuffie,
of
right?
McDuffie.
Yeah.
And he's had tons of experience. So they're very, very old. Houston, very, very old. Gray's a 5th-year senior. They've got another senior at the 4. They got juniors at the 2 and at the 5, and that's college basketball. You want to develop your guys and get old, and really good old players are all league. Look at the all league team. I mean, who's on that? A bunch of juniors and seniors, and so that's where you want to get, where you just keep developing your guys. The older guys are really good. Having said that, for next year, we're excited. You mentioned Isaiah first. Isaiah Mike is a young man sitting out. He's from Toronto, Canada. Played at Duquesne as a freshman. I think he averaged 12.5 points a game as a freshman in the Atlantic 10. He's about a 6'8". I don't know what you'd call him. He's a versatile wing. He could play multiple positions, and he's a real talent, very athletic. So 6'8", skilled. Kind of. Well, I was going to say a name of a former player that I don't want to do that to him, but very talented, very talented. So he'll be a sophomore next year. We did sign the 2 young men, not by design, just we liked them both, but they both played on the same AAU team. They both played on the same high school team, and I can assure you we did not mean to do that. It's just that we loved them both. They played for Jazzy Hartwell on his AAU team, and he does a great job. Urban DFW, and then he played DeSoto. They played at DeSoto High School for Chris Dyer, who's one of the great high school coaches in our area. So they've been very well coached. Both really, really excited about. But Ferron's probably 6'8". Jamar's probably 6'9", maybe pushing 6'10". Both are really athletic, not kind of athletic, really, really athletic. Their biggest problem right now is they're young and skinny. They're both skinny. So our strength coach, who I think is fantastic, Mark Mitchell, will do a great job with them. But ceiling-wise, really, we're really excited to get them both. Again, they're very young. I don't want to put too much on them at their first moment, but I'll be shocked if both of them do not have tremendous, tremendous careers. They're very tough. They're very competitive. They're very athletic, unusually athletic. Another thing, Jamar is Jamar probably played a lot of. I hate to say this way, but a lot of big guys, a lot of really, really, really tall guys, don't have the motor of some small guys. We'll say it that way. A lot of point guards play a lot harder than a lot of 5 men, okay? You guys agree with that probably. Jamar is an anomaly. Jamar plays hard like he's 5'10", and he runs and jumps and gets after it like nobody else. He is has an amazing motor to go with his athleticism. He tries to rebound every ball, block every shot. Love it. Ferran is a guy that, honestly, he kind of checks all those boxes, and it's way too early, but he checks all those boxes of a guy that can potentially be not good, but great. And now, how they come in and how they learn and the skill development, all that, we'll see. But potentially, both are outstanding. We're really excited about both of them. Shake, I said a few weeks ago, happily and sadly, we may have seen him play his last minutes here. Happily in the sense that how can we not feel fantastic when Shimmy went pro? We do. I mean, this is about getting guys and giving them a life, right? That's ultimately that's what our job is, to try to help them. And so Shimmy left early and made a great decision. It's worked out terrific. Can you imagine if Shimmy was on our team right now, where we'd be? We'd be all right. We'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. We'd be great. And but he's not. And so there's a very good chance, and it'll come down. Shake's a very bright, mature, wonderful young man, and he's going to explore it. And if it looks right, he's going to go, and he should. And if it doesn't look like it's positioned well enough, then he'll come back. But I have a lot of confidence in him. And I think it'd be hard for someone not to want him. And so there's a very good chance, fortunately and unfortunately, that we don't get to watch him play again.
What's the prognosis on when Jure will be back to full health? Because
ACLs
are always dicey.
I'm going to let our amazing trainer, Warren Young, when you talk to him, I'm going to let him tell you all about that, because he's far more expert than me, and he is the greatest trainer you could ever dream of, and the best person that I've ever known, I think. So you can talk to him all you want. You can talk to him.
Well, how about we do that next? So we're going to
do that.
We'll have our athletic trainer Warren Young, and we'll talk some about health and just the goings on for an athletic trainer for a college basketball team. We'll have you back a little later in the show, so don't leave.
Okay.
Don't let him leave. Okay.
All right, I need to eat.
All right,
I want to eat.
We'll talk to Warren Young, our trainer, coming up next here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
Tired of searching online for custom catering companies? Looking for someone who can craft a special menu for your event? Look no further. The Festive Kitchen has it all, from on-site lunches and drop-off catering to daily handcrafted food for your employees. Let the experts at the Festive Kitchen design a game plan for all of your catering needs. The Festive Kitchen also offers daily food shop specials, weekly entrees, and seasonal food shop menus. Find us at thefestivekitchen.com. That's thefestivekitchen.com.
This is a radio ad for the first ever BMW X2. We could tell you about its stunning design and M Sport X package, as radio ads typically do, but the type of person who would drive the X2 wouldn't be told what to do by a radio ad. We call them unfollowers. They influence the influencers and do more than defy rules, they change them. If that's you, test drive the BMW X2 at your local BMW center today and decide for yourself, like you always do.
Test drive at one of your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
How do you get large groups of people to and from events? Do what the Mustangs do and rely on Wynn Transportation. We make it easy. Simply visit GoWin.com, give us the details, and we'll take care of things from there. Wynn has provided large group transportation for decades to high school, college, and pro sports teams. We also take care of church groups, employee outings, convention travel, casino tours, and more. Your time and your experience is our passion. Visit GoWin.com to book. That's GOWYNNE.com.
J. Paul Roofing is not your ordinary roofing company. We see every job through from start to finish. We are licensed, insured, bonded, have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, have served Texas since 2010 with multiple offices around the state, and are a proud partner of SMU Athletics. Do you have damage from that last storm or just need your roof replaced? Visit jpaulroofing.com to schedule a free consultation and mention SMU for $500 off. At J. Paul Roofing, if you're not satisfied, then we're not finished.
While you're enjoying SMU basketball, More Disposal and Recycling Services is busy managing your trash. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. More Disposal offers complete waste management, from equipment purchases and installation to service and maintenance, all completed in-house. No job is too big or too small. We also offer Paper Retriever, a free paper recycling program for schools and churches. Call 214-357-HELP and let's talk trash. That's 214-357-HELP. Family owned and operated by SMU alumni, More Disposal supports SMU basketball. Pony up!
Business is a game, and if you want to win, you have to be faster, smarter, and more focused than the competition. Which is why SMU Cox offers the Fast Track 1-year MBA, designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Learn from world-class faculty, study with driven peers, and connect to a global alumni network spanning 80 countries. The Fast Track 1-year MBA, a major career highlight, only from SMU Cox. More online at coxgrad.com.
We're back on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I am Rich Phillips here Monday nights from 7 to 8 at Ozona Grill and Bar. This is our last Monday night, brought to you in part by Go RVing. Make plans to see your team outscore, outshoot, and outplay at every game this season. Plan your epic RV road trip at GoRVing.com. This segment is brought to you by the Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options with tuition reductions available for military personnel across the globe. Check it out at lyle.smu.edu. And as Coach alluded to a moment ago, and as everybody here can see, we do have our Associate Athletic Trainer, Warren Young, joining me up here for this point of the show. Thank you for being here, Warren.
Pony up, pony up.
Warren's only been part of the SMU community for a few years, as he told me, off and on since 1995.
Yep.
You were a student trainer, worked with football, went to the Dallas Cowboys for a few years, 02 to 06, back with football, had a little respite out at A&M Commerce, and then now the last 8 years here at SMU, and we are glad to have you back. And
appreciate it.
You know, one of the most important things that a lot of people don't know about is the fact that when we're on the road, I don't know if we would ever eat if it wasn't for Warren. Because Warren, that's part of what you do. Now, do you do the meals at the hotel too?
Yes, yeah.
So he has to organize meals at the hotel, but the all-important post-game meal for on the bus and on the flight home. And
right.
that's no easy undertaking, I think, right there.
No, I'm a big guy, so I like to eat. So I get to choose what I want.
Hey, we all like to eat, okay?
We get some stuff that's healthy for the guys, and then the coaches have the stuff on the side.
Yes. Yeah, it's not maybe always healthy for those of us, but we do certainly appreciate that. Of course, obviously, working with guys, keeping them healthy, working with guys through rehab, whether it be a minor injury or a long-term injury, a huge part of your job. Have you had a season where you've had to deal with as much as you have this year on the basketball side when you've only got, my gosh, 10, 12 players counting everybody together who could have played this year?
Right. This is a rough one. If you go back to the football years, I mean, it's like when you're starting quarterback out and you're starting middle linebacker. It's just been a really tough year. No one could have ever written this up, even a fiction book. So anyway, it's just one of those things that we got a couple guys out for the year and just try to get them back stronger for next year.
Jeray Foster was the one I had asked Coach about a moment ago. A torn ACL for him back in January at Wichita State. That can be anywhere from, 8 to sometimes even up to 12 months. What's the prognosis on when we'll see Jeray back on the court?
He's a beast. He's rehabbing really well and going to be back stronger than ever. We had his surgery 5 weeks ago, and he's ahead of schedule, and he's working hard. So expect a full recovery from him.
Be ready for the start of next season?
That's the plan. It's going to be one of those things we're going to have to ramp him up slowly. This is an injury he had before, so he knows the drill. He knows exactly what needs to be done. So, but he's so conscientious. I've actually got to kind of pull the reins back on him and make sure that he's not going too fast.
Yeah, because I did notice he's now without crutches.
Right.
Everett Ray also, who's out for the season with the broken foot, but I see him without crutches too, so obviously moving in the right direction for Everett.
Right, yeah, he had surgery about a week before Dre did, so he's right at 6 weeks.
And but the one that's got to be the most frustrating, I would think, has got to be for Shake Milton, because it's something that wouldn't necessarily be a season ender, but it's just timing-wise makes it so difficult for him.
Exactly, and that's what's tough. And Shake's such a good kid, and he works hard. He wants to be out there. It just circumstances aren't allowing it.
How much are you having? You mentioned pulling the reins back on Jeray. How much you have to do that with Shake? Because I see him out there shooting an awful lot.
Right, exactly. And it's one of those things that he needs to, kind of try to keep his touch, but we just got to make sure that he can play safe. And, he's got to be effective out there. So if he's having an absorbent amount of pain, he's not going to be effective. So we got to hold him back a little bit.
And then a guy who's not missed any games But my gosh, he has all kinds of ailments, it seems like, at times going on, especially that right wrist we know. What about the way Ben Amelgu has fought through things this year?
He is tough. I cannot believe what he's gone through his last 4 years here at SMU, and coming in with an injury and then battling back to that and having the back injury. So he's just one of those guys that I was glad he got the recognition he deserved on senior night, because he's kind of been the glue to keep us all together.
How much is he having to do, I don't know, is it therapy-wise that he does on that wrist to try and just be ready to play each game?
Yeah, it's therapy. It's kind of a toss-up between how much rest does he need compared to how many shots does he need to get up. So it's kind of a daily game of what can we do without aggravating it worse.
With injured guys, I always wonder, and I've thought this for years because covering both college and professional sports, everybody wants to play all the time. How difficult could it be for you sometimes as a trainer to really get through to the guy to find out, is he just a little dinged up or is he really hurt and we need to sit him out?
Well, that's one thing good about my profession of being an athletic trainer is you get to be with the guys in the locker room. You get to know their personalities. We want to make sure that if they're going to play, it's going to be in a safe environment. So if they're not ready to play, we're not going to put them out there. So, but knowing them, knowing how much their pain threshold is and that kind of stuff is really important.
And you got to get to know them so they'll be honest with you. I would think too. Isn't that what a lot of it is?
And that relationship's very important. I mean, we have some sports psychologists on staff as well. So myself and we have Dr. Allie Wade and Carrie Stewart is our mental team, our mental health team. So that's very important. Getting to know them, making sure they're comfortable. College athletics is a lot different. A lot more stress there, between class and travel and everything else that goes on, social media. It's really hard. So we have a good core team that kind of helps keep everyone healthy.
How much do you stay in contact with Mark, your strength and conditioning coach, too, when it comes to things like nutrition and things like that and conditioning for the players?
Yeah, outside of the sports medicine team, Mark is the next person that I need to be closest with, and him and I have a great relationship. We bounce ideas off each other constantly. He's always ahead of the curve, so him and I have probably a very tight relationship, and that's much needed.
Have you had to treat any of the coaches for injuries?
I can't talk about that. Yeah,
come on. Come on.
Sometimes their injury report's longer. No, in years past, their injury report's been longer.
Because I'll admit, I go see the team trainer every now and then. You feel a little under weather before the game.
Yeah.
Warren takes care of us like that. You got to be looking forward to another season next year, and hopefully we don't have to talk about it as much, right?
Right. And a lot of this is just unfortunate luck. We try to get the guys recovered. We try to keep them loose and flexible and strong. The injuries we've had this year, you can't prevent them. They're just unfortunate ones. And we've been so lucky the last 3 years that I think it just kind of caught up with us. And hopefully we're getting all out of our way for next year.
Yeah, the last few years, have you been amazed at how little you've had to run out on the court to check on a player during a game?
It's been, we really had some miracles the last couple of years, especially last year. That was crazy. I think we had 2 guys miss a total of 3 games last year.
Because it does have to feel bad when anytime I mention your name, it's not good news,
exactly.
Right?
And that's what I tell people. I just need to sit on the bench, and if I'm on the court and you see me on TV, that's not a good thing.
Well, we do like to mention Warren Young's name because, as Coach said, great guy that we work with here. And, again, you're the linchpin to it all, keeping the guys healthy and feeding all of us. All of us. And it's a big traveling party, too, when we go to, the conference tournament this week. So things expand for you a little bit even, don't they?
Yeah, I think we got 60-something on this trip.
You're responsible for all of us?
Yeah. Keep everyone fed.
What kind of training did you have for that going into this job?
Many years.
See? Warren knows. All right, Warren, I appreciate it. I've known you for years. You've almost been at SMU the whole time I was here, except for your little stints where you moved on. But good to have you here tonight, and let's keep guys healthy. Let's tape up Ben and get ready for Thursday, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, that is SMU's Associate Athletic Trainer Warren Young here joining us, and we'll get back to talking a little more basketball. We'll look ahead to the conference tournament coming up next year on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
J. Paul Roofing is not your ordinary roofing company. We see every job through from start to finish. We are licensed, insured, bonded, have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, have served Texas since 2010 with multiple offices around the state, and are a proud partner of SMU Athletics. Do you have damage from that last storm or just need your roof replaced? Visit jpaulroofing.com to schedule a free consultation and mention SMU for $500 off. At J. Paul Roofing, if you're not satisfied, then we're not finished.
The score's tied up. The clock's winding down. The Mustangs pull up for a last-second shot, and yes!
that's when you feel like this is your team. At Park Place, we work hard to make our luxury dealership feel like your place. With an unmatched lineup of world-class cars, dedicated sales experts always there for the assist. From championship-level dealership amenities to flawlessly executed technology, experience the thrill of victory at your place, Park Place. Learn more at parkplace.com.
We're here with Ruthie the Pig from Ruthie's Rolling Cafe. I hear you were voted best food truck in SMU, in the Park Cities, and the entire country. What's next? What you're saying is people can book Ruthie's for a private event. That's a great idea. Ruthie, since you're a pig, I have to ask, you do know that there's pulled pork and ham on the El Cubano sandwich. Where you go? Stay here. Don't leave. Well, Ruthie must be headed to your private event.
Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms, the official freestanding ER of SMU, and your neighborhood no-wait ER. With 3 facilities conveniently located near you, we're able to provide the Dallas area with upscale, quality care for all your emergency needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit HighlandParkER.com for more information. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms. Pony up.
Here at SMU, it's all about you, the student athlete. The mission of Mustang U, built by Platinum Series Homes, is to create an environment which enables the student athlete to take charge of their development, cultivate transferable skill sets, and foster holistic growth as they prepare for successful life when they leave the hilltop. The vision of the Mustang U program is based on a foundation created through personal and career development, leadership, and community service. For more information on how you can make a difference, visit SMUMustangs.com/life skills to learn more. Mustang U, building champions for life.
Slater's 50/50 is baking it rain on Lower Greenville with our famous 50% beef, 50% bacon burgers. In fact, there's nothing we won't put bacon on. Milkshakes, wings, bacon ketchup for our tots? Yeah, we do that. So brunch on our rooftop or catch happy hour with 50 taps and all the big games on TV. Slaters5050.com. Burgers, bacon, beer.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips here with the head coach of the SMU Mustangs on Monday nights from 7 to 8 here at Ozona Grill and Bar, our last show of this season. Next season, we will be back here both with Coach Jankovich and also with Coach Sonny Dykes. Beginning late August, we will be doing our football show as well as our basketball shows right here at Ozona once again. Right now, it's time to look ahead. Brought to you by the Cox School of Business, offering the new Fast Track one-year MBA designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Visit coxgrad.com for more information. And the American Athletic Conference Tournament will start off with us on Thursday. An early start, 11 a.m. Central. It'll be noon out there where we are in Orlando when SMU plays Connecticut in the opening game of the tournament. And I pulled back the box score from about a month and a half ago when we went up and saw Connecticut, the only time that we played them this year. And I was reminded that wow, that was a rough night up there. It was when we talk about shooting woes, that was the one where everybody on the team picked, unfortunately, the exact same time to have their shooting woes.
Absolutely. That's what my takeaway was. Is we just talked about it here recently this week, but we really had trouble scoring. Shake was playing, of course, at that time, and we obviously we've already watched that film back today, and they really gave us fits. And we just shot the ball so poorly. So hopefully between that and our last week, that maybe the odds are going to, the numbers are going to come together. But part of it is that they really played aggressively last time. They were so ready to play in our game up there. I thought they defended about as well as I've seen them. You watch teams, and a team, of course, doesn't play the same every night. And one thing that is happening to us this year, deservedly, is we've because of last year, whatever, if you beat somebody last year, there's an extra motivation the next year, and we get some people's A game, and that's a good thing. I mean, it's really a good thing. Unfortunately, right now we haven't been able to overcome some A games. You watch a team play someone else, and you're like, gosh, that's the team I want to play. The way they're playing right now is the way. Now we're not going to get that Thursday at all. We're going to get an A game. This is tournament time, and everybody's going to crank it up regardless. And it'll be, their defense will be every bit as good as what we saw up in Stores a month or whatever and change ago, a month and a half ago, whatever it was.
They've got one of the best scoring trios too in the league, with Vitale, with Adams, and with Terry Larrier. Those three guys all scoring 14 or more per game.
Well, Larrier's already said he's leaving early. He's putting his name in. He's a for sure guy that's going to make money. Adams is a potential NBA pick. I don't know if he's planning on going or not. So talent-wise, they are not short on talent. Vitale can get really streaky hot, and the three of them, if they're all warm, you got big problems. That's as talented of a three backcourt as our league has. There's some very talented ones, but they're right in that game.
Given how poorly your guys shot the first time we saw them, does that give you a little, and maybe give your players a little more confidence too? Because we were in that game until about the last 5 or 6 minutes of it, despite the shooting woes. Does it give the guys a little more confidence that they know they can play with these guys?
I hope, yeah, certainly. I hope that's the case. And I did mention, Shake did play in that game, but
right.
But yeah, we defended them pretty well, but. Those are, those guards. It's a lot to manage over the course of time, but yeah, I think our guys gained some confidence in that. And of course, tournaments, crazy things happen both ways in tournaments. I mean, I can't tell you over the years just the amazing things that you see. You just never know what you're going to get. I think it's why everybody gets so excited at tournament time, and plus, elimination has a whole other drama to it, than conference play, but. To win or go home, that kind of feeling can do crazy things. So you never know what to expect, and I'm just hoping and expecting that we'll play our tail off and give it a great effort.
Well, for a team that's unable to practice because of your numbers, tournament sets up well for you, right? You don't have time to practice at a tournament. Nobody's practicing.
Isn't that the truth? And gosh, I don't want to belabor it, but that has just been. Of all the 15 painful things that have happened, in the end, it's like, gosh, if we could just work at something and really grind it and get better at it. That's what coaching really is practice, honestly. The games, if you do a great job coaching in practice, most of the game takes care of itself. The games are much easier. And for me, all the great coaches I've worked for, which have been many over the years, and from my experience as a head coach, most of coaching gets done in practice of building the habits and building the foundation that will stand up to the pressures of a game and an opponent and the intensity and all those things, where it stands up against that. If you're not building habits and you're not building foundations, you just get exposed. And I can tell you this is something I believed in my entire coaching life, but it's been magnified this year by default or whatever, because now it's almost like we're doing a study on what's it like, what's it feel like, what's it look like when you really can't have meaningful practice. And I'm in the middle, our team is in the middle, our staff is in the middle of this awful study. And the one thing it's doing is cementing what I've already known for many, many years, that quality practice leads to quality play in the games. And unfortunately, we are just, our hands are tied behind our back, and we just do what we can. But for me to sit here and say that I feel like I'm doing a great job coach, I'm not. I can't. It's the worst feeling in the world. I mean, I'm just not hardly able to coach the team, and the way I would define coaching anyway. And that's just a miserable feeling. I mean, helplessness is a miserable human feeling, right? And in coaching, I can tell you for sure it's not one you want to live with.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. One more segment left to go as we'll put a wrap on this season coming up next here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
Mustangs basketball season has arrived. And our good friends over at the Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue have the perfect spot with the best patio in town. So head on over to Ozona and watch the madness unfold on TVs while eating some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. Again, that's Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up at ozonagrill.com. That's ozonagrill.com. Pony up, SMU. You expect high performance on the Mustangs home court and when you're on the road. That's why from the highway to the showroom, Park Place dealerships bring you the high-performance experience you deserve. 18 luxury dealerships across the Metroplex, dedicated sales experts who cater to you, luxurious amenities that make every way wonderful, and a commitment to high-performance excellence that makes Park Place feel like your place. Park Place, proud sponsor of SMU basketball. Learn more at parkplace.com.
Are you really into bacon? Do you kill it with a skillet? Are you on a high carbonara diet? Is your club sandwich in a league of its own? Are you a pancetta go-getter? Are you really into bacon? If the answer's yes, then stop by Central Market's Bacon Fest, February 28th to March 13th. Celebrate bacon in all its delicious glory with over 40 types of the mighty meat. From pork to duck, hickory to applewood smoked, and more. Info at centralmarket.com. Visit our 5 DFW locations.
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs.
Wrapping things up on our final edition of the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich, brought to you by Nissan. Enter the Nissan Die Hard Fan Sweepstakes to win a 2018 Nissan Rogue, custom wrapped in your team's colors. To enter, go to nissan.com/Die Hard Fan Sweepstakes for your shot to win. No purchase necessary. Ends March 31st, 2018. See rules on the official website. And let me give the official website better than I just did. Nissan.usa.com/Die Hard Fan Sweepstakes. Mustangs in the American Athletic Conference Tournament beginning on Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time against Connecticut. This is our final show of the year. Coach, again, you mentioned it first, what a great group that we have. Many of them here every week. Some of them we see here and there, but what a great group that we've had. And I know it means a lot to you to see great fans that come out and see us every week.
No, it does. In spite of the last 6 weeks, which have gone up there as some of the most miserable weeks of my entire life, I'm so happy and proud to have the honor to represent such an amazing institution. When you're a coach, I think it's so important that you completely believe in, buy in, feel the place where you work, that you should be there, and it's a place that you can sell in your heart and not just in your words. And it goes from the top. Dr. Turner has been amazingly supportive of our basketball program. He even came in, I hope I'm not talking out of turn, I hope he's not mad at me, he came in the locker room after a painful loss, our senior night, to thank the seniors. That means a lot, and it was heartfelt, you could tell, without question, and he cares about our basketball program. He cares about a lot of things. We're lucky to have an athletic director, Rick Hart, who's been incredibly supportive of myself and our staff and what we're going through. And I mentioned before, our fans, how many programs in the country would stay to the very bitter end of the 5 weeks or whatever, I don't know how long it's been now, the last 5 or 6 weeks, and still show up and stay loyal and faithful and support a team that is having anything but success. And then like here, you people coming out here is amazing to me, given the spiral. So I'm very lucky. I'm honored. It's a great privilege. I get to work at a place where it's an amazing institution with some fantastic people, and in the end, that means the most to me. And these are very hard times, surreal times, but they're not going to last forever. We've got too many good things to sell. We're going to get off probation one day, before we all die, and or at least I hope before I die. And there are great days ahead for our basketball program. Certainly, this institution has had many great days.
Tim, you should know it's great to work with you too. Alan Stone, who does the radio broadcast with me too. I know he echoes that because It has been tough, and you know we're hurting with you guys too, but we don't. I'm sure we don't hurt quite as much. We hurt a lot like the fans do, but you've been wonderful to work with all season, and it's great to work with you.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
Yes, very much.
And we look forward to brighter days ahead.
Yes.
We enjoyed last season a lot. You did too, I bet, right?
Last year was a little bit more fun than this season.
Hey, somewhere in between, okay? Somewhere in between.
I think I gained life last year. I think I gained years, and I gave them
it
all
back
and then some this year. So I'm a little worried about my shelf life.
All right, well, Thursday at 11 a.m., SMU will play Connecticut in round one of the American Athletic Conference Tournament. It's here on 770 KAAM, beginning at 10:45 with the pregame show. Again, Coach, thanks a lot so much. Thanks to everybody here, too. We appreciate you coming out every week to see us here. This is The Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
On the Mustang Sports Network, live from Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue, The Fast Track with Tim Jankovich has been brought to you by BMW. Test drive one at your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers. Credit Union of Texas. Be a part of something unexpected. CUTX.org. Experience more. The Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options. Visit lyle.smu.edu. Also by Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Find your comfort zone. And by Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, voted the best grilled cheese in Texas. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Mustang Sports Network.